Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. It's Paya Allah from GMS London Camp, come back again with his truth. And this video is going to be simply entitled, Watch Yourself. Okay? So, I'm going to get into a couple scriptures, break it down, and Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kadash, you'll be edified. So I'm going to start with Matthew 7:1. Judge not that ye be not judged. Okay? So I'm going to read on. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. So this is the Lord bestowing, understanding upon us men. Back then it was the disciples and those that are listening, those that are following him. Okay, and basically to allow them to understand this very important point, that judge not that ye may not be judged, that ye be not judged. So when you carry out a judgment, your judgment has to be sure and certain, because really and truly, the same judgment you make on another brother will be tried out, and through the Spirit could be manifest unto you, and you may not do as well as that brother did in that situation. Okay, so that's why the Lord saying that's why He said, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Okay, so you have to be mindful of that, and the same thing was spoke of, okay, in the book of Romans 14, where basically Paul speaks about, making judgment. Who are you to judge another man's servant, basically? We're all going to stand before the judgment seat of Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai, as it tells you in 2 Corinthians 5 and 10, and also said in Romans 14 as well. But basically, look, man, you got to leave certain things up into the Spirit. But obviously, you have appointed men that have rank over other men that have to keep a sure watch over the flock, okay, and have to tend to them. So they have to, and even that's where these words carry more weight, because that judgment you carry out, where is your position to do so? Okay, the way you carry out that judgment, it has to be with great wisdom. Okay, you can't make these things to before their time. Okay, really a lot of the times things have to be left up to the Spirit. Okay, and he's nitpicking on little points, really being rash in judgment really doesn't benefit no one in that case. Okay, so let me read this again. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured unto you. It shall be measured to you again. Okay, so that's something you have to understand. Okay, and the same sentiment is spoken of in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, where basically the church Corinthians, they were going to the court of the unjust, okay, to judge one another in simple, stupid, in things that really and truly, as Paul said, it's basically things that should be left to the least, because he said, "No, you're not that you shall judge angels." Okay, so the judgment that the realm of judgment we're going to be dealing with is beyond this carnal flesh. It's going to be on the level of higher matters. Okay, dealing with governing the nation of Israel. Okay, that's why Paul said that should be left to the least of the men amongst you. Okay, and he said, better yet, why don't you accept the defrauding of your neighbor and just move on? Okay, leave it as is, and just, it's whatever, man. You know what I mean? So reading on. And why beholdest thou the mote in thy brother's eye? Okay, but considerest not the beam. Salakia. And behold, it's not the beam in thine that is in thine own eye. Okay. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Okay, so basically, this is when you. This is why the video is called "Watch Yourself," basically, because look, a brother could have something that you deem, damn, I could see his brother's going off on that. You know what I mean? Let me deal with this. But that problem that he has, although it is a problem, it's a splint with his eye, and left to manifest, it could become detrimental, make that brother blind. If you had a splint in your eye, at some point that mote, that's gonna be detrimental to that brother's sight. But guess what? If you have a beam in your sight, that's bloody blinding your vision, and it's obviously blinding your vision because you can't see your own damn self. You got some issues, but you're worrying about your brother's issues, man. We need to worry about your own. Okay. So it's saying that look, you deal with you look at basically take a look in the mirror, get that beam out of your eye, and then you be clearly able to get the mote out of their brother's eye. And nowhere does this reign more true, dealing with, men of high regard within this truth that have been given, an order of great rank. Okay, so I want to move on to this example. Okay, this is John 21 and 18. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify Yahweh. And when he had spoken this, he saith unto him, follow me. Okay. Then Peter turning about seeth the disciple whom Yahushua loved, being John, the Revelator, following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee? Peter seeing him, saith to Yahushua, Lord, and what shall this man do? So Peter was, wanted to know, like, what's John gonna do? What's he gonna do? Okay. And this is what was said unto Peter. Yahushua saith unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow down me. He said, look, Yahushua said to him, look, if I'm gonna have him tarry until if I was to have him be alive until I come back in the regeneration, come back, basically when he comes back to take out this world, what is that got to do with you? Okay, he's my servant. That's none of your business, basically. Yahushua saith unto him, if I would, Salakia, verse 23, then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that disciple should not die. Yet Yahushua said not unto him, he should not die, but if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? So, it weren't, it got hyped up, but that wasn't what the Lord said. This is the disciple which testified these things and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. Okay? So the point being, he said, look, this is the point, the underlying factor. Yahushua said, verse 22, he said, Yahushua saith unto him, Yahushua saith unto him, if I will tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Okay, what is it got to do with Peter? He's basically telling Peter, mind your own damn business, man. You mind your own business. And don't worry about what he has to do. You gotta worry about what you gotta do, man. Okay, that should be the priority on your mind. Okay, so if you're basically if you mind your business and you work, if you're doing what you have to do, you have no time to worry about another man's business. Okay, you'll be fixated on your own business. You'll be worried about the talent that's been bestowed upon you, and going to the basically working your talent and basically building what you should be building. Okay, you ain't got time to worry if another man's grass is greener to you than yours, or what he's doing. Okay, you be focused on what you have to do. Okay, within this faith. So I want to go to this last scripture, being Philippians 2:12, which reads, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in mine absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." So look, this is Paul giving, words of enlightenment to the Philippians. He's telling them, look, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. As it tells you in the book of Second Esdras, man, it talks about, even in Matthew, it says, enter ye at the straight gate. Okay, it tells you about a pathway that on one man can go at a time, and on each side there's fire and a deep sea. Okay, and that's basically describing that, because it's speaking about in order to achieve the kingdom, you have to go through this pathway to get there. So that's one man going at a time. For you to get there, you gotta walk your path by yourself, and you gotta maneuver, maintain the balance in order to progress forward into the kingdom, and not be thrown into the fire and the blistering fire in the deep sea, which basically represents demons, man, with falling out of the faith. So you have to be able to be diligent and work onto that. It's about your own salvation, okay, and it has to be sought for through fear and trembling. For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. So you gotta do it without no murmuring and do it without no disputing. You got a job to do. Look, we're unprofitable servants. We've been put on this earth to do what? To be Israelites, basically. And part of being an Israelite is what? It's all in the name. Israel, in the Lashon Kodash, the Ibayaf, being the Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, basically is Yasha Allah. Yah meaning he, Shah meaning prince, and Allah meaning power. He is a prince of the power. So if you're a prince, there's a king. Okay, a prince of the power, that means there's a king of the power. And the king of the power is Yahweh. Okay, so we're his sons. So he, as a prince, you'd be a representation of your father. Okay, and upon earth, we are a representation of our father. So we have to push his work, his word, okay, which we are a representation of. Okay, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Wa, Rakah Kadash. We have to push it upon his word without no murmurs, no disputes. It's our job, okay? That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of Yahweh, without rebuke. Okay, so we got to be blameless in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. See, that's what we are, man. You got to understand that we are the Israelites, man. And in carrying that title, that entails so much. That means you're meant to, basically, there ain't nothing that can stop or contain you, man, because you're working with the power of the Heavenly Father, man. And a ruler is not a terror unto good works. So we're meant to be able to be out here and pushing the vibration of the Son of the Most High, okay? Among whom you shine as a light. So that's meant to be able to. We gotta be shining, all right, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Yahweh Shai, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Okay, so we're doing this to attain the election. Okay, yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifices and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. For the same cause also do you joy and rejoice with me. But I trust in the Lord Yahweh Shai to send Timotheus shortly unto you, that I also may be of good comfort when I know your state. For I have no man like minded who will naturally care for your state. For I will seek their own, not the things which are Yahushua Mashiach's. But ye know the proof of him, that as a son with the Father he hath served with me in the gospel. Him therefore I hope to send presently, as soon as I believe that's the point, no man. So the point being, man, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. This truth is about you working to your own salvation. Okay, so you have to watch yourself. Peter was inquiring of what John's job was to do, and it weren't none of his concern, because he had a job for his own self to do. Oh, you know, and even going back to Matthew the 7th chapter, that's why it said, look, take the mote out, take the beam out of your eye, so that you can clearly take the mote out of your brothers. You get right. Hey man, there's one quote I actually quite like, man. The best way to improve your team is to improve yourself. If you work on yourself, you make yourself sharp. Okay, your whole team is gonna benefit from that. You could many ways allegories you can apply. Links in a chain, the weakest link. You're only as strong as the weakest link. Okay, the body of our shy. If you're a weak link, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get cut off, right? So every part of the body, okay, has to be sure and sturdy, has to be fortified, okay, every part of the building. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.